Brandon's favorite wrestler.
Yeah. Anyway, sports fans around this big, beautiful blue marble we call Earth, in whatever city you may live in. Welcome to episode 185 of the VWU Sports Podcast. I am, of course, the owner and founder of the bar, Mr. Jacob B. You can call me Jake the Snake JB. Doesn't matter what you call me. Just don't call me late for dinner. I am being joined, as always, by my co-host and bar keys. First and foremost, Mr. Brandon C.
I just know too well that Matt and Jose are not slick.
I didn't even know I was gonna do it. Fuck you.
All right, knock it off. Anyways, we're also being joined by the HNIC himself, Mr. C. Carter. We're also being joined by our executive producer, Mr. Jose Blanco.
Hey yo.
Everybody joined by our regulars, first and foremost from the West Coast, Mr. Matty Dangerously.
So excited for next month. It's Premier League, so I can't wait for the soccer season. Or football.
Indeed. We're also having a returning regular coming in from the East Coast. The owner and founder of Shock Nation Wrestling, Mr. Jeffrey Albritton.
What up?
Yes, indeed. Welcome back, Mr. Albritton. Hope everything's going good on your side of the country.
Yep, pretty good.
Awesome. Anyways, we got a lot to talk about on this. The 29th of July, 2025. It is the final Tuesday of the month of July. I almost forgot. Yeah, from the Midwest, our Hoosier man himself, Mr. Cody Hagan. And he's got Burger King.
Sorry, my foodie sense are going off. Are those mozzarella sticks?
Yes, they are.
Don't talk with your mouth full. Do not talk with your mouth full.
Yeah, don't. Come on. Not a barn.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah.
We got the barn.
Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, let me go ahead.
Yeah, as I was saying.
Hold on. We missed somebody. Let me also let's also start out this show with a sad note.
Unfortunately, hold on.
I got it. We won't dwell on it too long because there's all the wrestling podcasts that we know that Timma does like a tribute to him. But last week we lost the immortal Hulk Hogan.
Yes. Unfortunately, over the last week, we got hit with the literal atomic leg drop of a bombshell that we lost. Terry Bollea, aka Hulk Hogan, at the age of
71.
71, thank you.
Yeah, 71.
Due to
Cole Stains and what you think about Hogan aside, he was a icon, a legend, and
let me go ahead and just read this article. It says Hulk Hogan, the star who took professional wrestling to the national mainstream and became the biggest money-making draw in the history of the industry, died on Thursday at the age of 71. The Florida police and WWE said. In Clearwater, Florida authorities responded to a call Thursday morning about a cardiac arrest. Hogan was pronounced dead at a hospital, police said in a statement on Facebook. There were no signs of foul play or suspicious activity. Major Nate Burnside told reporters. WWE posted a note on X saying that it was sad to learn the WWE Hall of Famer had died. One of pop culture's most recognizable figures, Hogan helped WWE achieve global recognition in the 1980s. WWE extends its condolences to Hogan's family, friends, and fans. It said, "Okay, who was playing Real American 8? The 8 bit
No, that was Thunder.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a check. That's a check.
Yeah, let me just point this
That's
out.
check.
Yeah, hold on.
Hold on, people.
Steady.
Order. Now, I just want to point this out because I grew up in the 80s, and I mean, Hulk Hogan was just on the screen. He was in the Rocky movie. He was. I think it was in Rocky 3.
Yes,
it was.
It was in Rocky 3, believe it or not.
Rocky 3. When Rocky at first had to participate like a boxer facing against a wrestler, before he went on to face off against Mr. T. But
that was classic.
Yeah.
Which
he also did a lot of other movies.
Yes, we know. I get to. He was an actor. Mr. Mom. Well, not Mr. Mom. The nanny.
Yeah, that was the one.
The nanny.
And then he was Thunder in the Zeus movie.
Yeah.
no
Hold hard.
Yeah.
No Holds Barred. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then there was that TV movie that TNT had, that Turner had, which was Thunder in Paradise.
And then he was also featured in the Muppets. Shockingly.
Yeah.
Wait, was he?
Yes, he was. He was in the black suit and a black bandana.
Oh. I know that was him.
My memories of Hogan stem from not WWE, TNA.
Oh,
When he was an authority
God.
figure.
Yeah.
Yes, he was.
We'll leave that
the
aside
worst of it.
because we're going to keep it short.
Like I
because
said, we're not going to dwell into.
Right, that's not.
we're not going to dwell on it. All I'm going to say is
Like
this.
him,
If you want
hate him,
more,
he was wrestling. Let's
Yeah.
put it
I'm
simply.
going to say is this. Let me just end this like this. If you want a more in-depth tribute on the Hulkster, all I'm going to say is this: go check out the Four Post Massacre podcast over on their channel, because they're going to give a much more deeper tribute to the Hulkster and his impact on professional wrestling.
There was
Absolutely.
something I did hear about a rumor that his neck was crushed, which led to the
We're
cardiac
not
arrest.
going to dwell on that. We're not going to.
Let's stop there and say
Yeah,
that.
but yeah.
Nonetheless,
Hold on,
nonetheless,
gentlemen.
our thoughts and prayers go out to the Balea family, and hopefully they'll get through this. Okay.
Yeah.
But let's get out of this.
Order. Hey, let me just also bring this up. You just started to show how we're going off the rails. But let me just point this out that, like I said, you can have many different opinions about the guy, love him or hate him. He was an inspiration. He brought the WWE to the mainstream during the 1980s. Without him, there would be no wrestling, period. There'd still be wrestling in bingo halls.
Let me say this. If Hogan didn't debut in WCW, there would be no Monday Night Wars.
Yeah, that too. So anyway, ladies and gentlemen, now that we got all that out of the way, like you said, Jacob, we do send our thoughts and prayers and condolences to the family, and hopefully, like we said, we wish them comfort. We wish them well, and we hope that they could get through this. His son Nick, by the way, was on Monday Night Raw.
Yes.
Yeah, he was.
Yes. Let's get out of the sadness.
Yep.
Let's get back to what we are made to do, and that is talk about what's going on in the sports world. As I said, today is the 29th of July, 2025. It is the final Tuesday of the month of July, the month of summer, the month of heat, and the month of well, anything else you can think of.
Fuck me, I'm melting.
Talk about
the last day.
Order. Let's go ahead and head on out to the first topic.
There we go.
Yeah.
Order.
Can I start this off, Crowder?
Go ahead, Cody.
Something did happen this week. And it's now we waited. It involves what they have Tyrese Halliburton.
Okay.
Well, first and foremost, time out, because
it's good.
Hold on, I know, but hold on, because I think Brandon, you told me this story.
He did.
There's gonna be wedding bells.
It's either not.
Yeah, there's gonna be wedding bells. There's gonna be a future Mrs. Halliburton. Yes, he is getting married. We send our congratulations to him. Now I don't know whether or not if Cody is on the guest list.
How the hell did he propose with one leg?
I don't think he is.
Yeah.
He did it in a basketball field. That's how.
Oh, okay, man. Yeah, that is.
I was about to ask, like, how the hell did he propose on one leg?
Very, very nice. Like I said, I don't know whether or not if Cody is on the guest list. But no,
Trent Carter, I don't think he is.
Yeah,
I don't think so.
Doubtful. Pascal Siakam was the pace car driver at Indy this week.
Well, hold on. I just want to point this out. I could pretty much imagine if Cody was invited to go to their event, he'd probably embarrass himself at a bachelor party. But,
all right. Is there anything else on basketball besides Halliburton?
Well, first and foremost,
wait, there's one.
Well, first and
I want
foremost.
to hear Carter first, then you go, Cody. Okay?
Yeah,
Go ahead,
well, let me just first and foremost, because I'm gonna need this guy again because, well,
I know to you I may look old. Hope this statement ain't too bold, but here comes the judge. Here comes the judge. Here comes the judge. Here comes the judge. Here comes the judge.
I know
All
what I'm
right,
talking about, Carter.
Order.
yeah. Now, first and foremost, remember the employee that is suing the Phoenix Suns for retaliation has been fired by the Phoenix Suns.
Oh, that shit.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, is he gonna get his money though?
Well, let's see.
Hello?
Let me explain the story. It says the Phoenix Suns have fired an employee who is suing the team for discrimination, harassment, and retaliation, ESPN has learned. The employee, Gene Traylor, who served as the Suns' Director of Safety, Security, and Risk Management, who joined the team in January of 2023, was fired on Friday. While the organization typically does not comment on internal personal matters, Mr. Traylor, or his attorney, Cherie Wright, apparently opted to publicize his termination. Stacy Mitch, the Suns' senior vice president of communications, said in a statement to ESPN. Mr. Traylor was terminated from his position as security manager because an independent outside investigation concluded that he violated company policies with respect to confidential information about security operations. And he was intentionally untruthful with the investigator. Oh boy. White
Oh.
is one attorney representing Traylor. The other is Courtney Walters, who wrote in a statement to ESPN, neither Mr. Traylor nor his attorneys publicized his termination. The Suns' attempt to deflect by pushing a false narrative is part of a pattern and clear effort to shift focus away from the serious claims in this lawsuit. The so-called independent investigation was a pretext and a convenient cover to justify a termination rooted in retaliation, not truth. The organization's response only reinforces the very conduct at issue. We will continue standing by our client's side throughout the legal process. As part of the lawsuit, Traylor's attorneys plan to file a discovery request for the Suns to produce all materials related to the investigation of Traylor that led to his termination. All I gotta say is, well, here we go again. Suns continue to do this. We see this almost every opportunity without fail. The Suns always do something that will shoot themselves in the foot.
Yep.
You know, we see this at every opportunity. When they traded for Kevin Durant, and they pretty much traded the farm to get him. And well, that didn't last too long because just doing this offseason alone, that happened during the finals. He was traded to Houston. So I just don't know what else to tell you.
I do believe that there is more judge because wasn't there a person who allegedly stole money in Vegas?
Come
on. I sent Jose this. You know what I'm talking about. Marcus Morris.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, senior.
Oh, that's part of the basketball topic. So, yeah, here we go.
Oh, the power forward. All right.
Morris got bopped it up.
I'll take this one.
Yeah, Jose, you got the news. You got the news outlet, so you go for it.
Okay, I'm going to go for WPLG Local 10. I think it should be helpful here. NBA star Marcus Morris Sr. was arrested Sunday in Florida and being. Can I continue?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got the article as well. Yeah, I'll help you out on this. So Marcus, for NBA veteran Marcus Morris was arrested, like you said, on Sunday on a fraud charge in Broward County. Booking reports have confirmed. Yeah, for arrested out of the airport due to insufficient funds checks.
Whoa.
The charge is apparently related to continuity out of Las Vegas. As of Monday, Morris's was being held at the Broward County Main Jail, and as he awaits extradition to Nevada. His agent Yoni Noi. Sorry, I'm stopping there for a second, right? What type of SpongeBob bullshit name is that?
Yeah, I know.
Anyway,
this
guy,
apparently
question isn't fraud at all, but just an unpaid casino worker worth more than $200.
That is still fraud.
Let me point this out. Hold on, fellas.
Oh boy,
did you?
Here we go.
Order.
That's all. I just saw the price tag. How much they accused him of stealing. They accused him of stealing $265,000 from Las Vegas casinos.
Really? Because Carl, the one I have is $250,000.
Quarter of a mil, 60 mil, doesn't matter.
Yeesh.
It's still a fraud charge.
Yeah.
We got $115,000 from the MGM Grand Hotel and Casino via bad checks in May of last year.
And never paid it back once the checks bounced.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
And
How isn't Marcus Morris not in Dumbass of the Week? This is the nominee.
Because we don't associate with criminal cases.
Here's my opinion on this.
That's the rules.
Damn it.
Yeah, but here's my opinion on this. I think he did it. I think it prematurely, mainly because he wanted to play for free. So he made up these checks so that way they can bounce on purpose.
Oh, there's more, Jose. Because officials.
Oh no, I'm gonna shut up in case Jamal says
officials state around a month later, in June of 2024, he performed a similar scam at the Wynn Las Vegas Hotel and Casino, netted $150,000 through checks he knew wouldn't cash. So there's your total of $265,000.
Now,
to clarify, yes, he would qualify for Dumbass of the Week because his crime is something stupid. Speeding, fraud, that would qualify.
Okay.
Anything that's like sexual assault or rape
or murder, no.
Leave it alone.
Don't touch it. Don't touch it with a 50-foot pole.
So he qualifies.
Okay. So we have some exceptions. Okay.
So the one I was going to talk about, and I sent Jose this, but something
hold
good
on,
happened
Cody.
this
Hold
week.
on, Cody. Everything in mind.
I already knew that about one, Cody. I'm waiting for baseball so I can talk about this.
Yeah. No, not baseball.
Okay. It goes last.
It's MLB related. It's NBA related. So it is good.
Yes, I know. As I said, it's baseball.
With that in mind, so Marcus Morris, your name wasn't me because we just got the story. But here's to you.
Hee haw, you stupid motherfucker. Are you dumb?
Because why would you try to rip off the casinos of money?
Well,
they're gonna see it.
They have cameras everywhere, and they thought their main mission is to hold on to the money. Idiots.
Yeah, even the cameras is not even the part. I'm pretty sure they have ability to track anything someone does. So why would you make it easy for you to be tracked?
Idiots and morons. Enough said.
Now, let me also bring this up. Moving on. Let me also bring this up. First and foremost, did you guys see how trimmed down Luka Doncic was?
Oh,
that's the one I was going to talk about because this week his horse was at a horse race. That's the one Jose I was talking to you about, but you it's MLB. Like, no, it's not.
I'm a dumb motherfucker, right?
Hold on. Luka or Jokic?
Jokic, the Joker.
Luka.
We're not talking about
what?
I said Luka.
Stop it.
Nick Yoa, I'm talking about that. His nickname's a damn joke.
Nikola Jokic.
Yes.
I can't.
Carter was
Hey,
referring.
Cody.
Carter was referring to Luka, not Jokic.
Fuck, come on.
Someone ring the dummy
No,
dummy
shut
alarm.
up. Shut up! I was talking
Please
about it.
hit the buzzer.
No.
Wrong one, Matt. There you go.
Damn, I can't
So now-
talk about this good and nice in this fucking podcast.
That's not the problem. You mistook Luka for Jokic.
You did. You did.
That's the problem.
You just simply confused me.
Yeah.
It happens.
It happens to us all. It happens to us all. Let me go ahead and move on.
So but getting back to Luka, the shocking thing is that Luka actually has slimmed down during the off season, and
Is
it
really a shocker?
Well,
not really.
It's a shocker for Matt. It's a shocker for Mavs fans, and to one
I wasn't
Nico
shocked.
Harrison.
Hold up.
So
what was Luka's weight? Cause he was thin as hell.
Nah.
He was 270. He was 270 at one point.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, he's he was 270. So now he's like probably in like the 240s.
I'm looking it up.
Lower.
Much smaller than that if he's thinned out. He's probably around 230.
He's probably in the probably closer to 200s.
Well, let's just put it this way. Luka's on the mission this season. Luka's on the mission. He's on the mission to embarrass the Dallas Mavericks for making that stupid trade.
He's gonna build up.
It's been since February.
You said 230?
Yeah.
Brandon said 230.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Now that we have that qualification, I would just like to say the following. Hey, LeBron, this is the exact reason why Luka is probably going to replace you.
Seems like it.
Yeah.
He's only going to play there for one season. That's it. Because they signed the player off.
Luka potentially has up to 14 more seasons. Of course, they're going to invest more money into him. Not to mention, he probably is about to sign an extension with the Lakers.
Yep,
so, congratulations, LeBron. Your time is up.
Yep. Next year, he's done.
Now also, a pair of shoes that a pair of sneakers that Kobe Bryant wore during his first start has sold for first start has been sold for $240,000. So
Wow. I'm surprised it didn't go higher.
Yeah.
Yeah, the coats.
Bring in the money truck.
Yeah. Also, let me also bring it up. Chris Paul celebrated his return to the Clippers. He said it was a no-brainer.
No-brainer?
Yeah.
No-brainer. This is his last season.
I mean, it makes sense. Why else than retire to the team that made yourself relevant?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, sure.
Now, imagine them winning a title this season.
See, if that were to happen,
let me also bring this up.
Right.
Yeah. Now, let me also bring this
There
up.
you go.
He said it was a no-brainer. If I'm really honest, I wanted to get back and play here by any means necessary. Okay, then. So, like we said, just over a week ago, he agreed to a 1-year, $3.6 million veterans minimum deal to play his 21st season with the Clippers. So let's see. The Clippers starting lineup. We brought this up last week. The Clippers starting lineup. Well, the Clippers lineup pretty much is James Harden. You got Kawhi Leonard whenever he's healthy.
Exactly.
Ben Simmons whenever he's able to play. Period. And now you got Chris Paul. This really
Ladies and
is the Los
gentlemen, your
Angeles.
starting lineup for the AARP meeting club.
Yeah, well.
Yep, that is
Oh,
LA. LARP.
Yeah, this is the Los Angeles chapter of the AARP. Yeah, I just want to point this out. Oh, come on, that's enough.
Come on, don't do them like that.
Now,
And
also,
also,
let me also bring this up.
Leslie,
Hold on, let me also bring this up. Billy Donovan has signed a multi-season extension. So
With the
he's gonna be
Chicago Bulls. So
Yeah,
good
so he's
luck.
gonna be coaching the Bulls for a little while longer. Let me see how many
I don't
years.
know if I feel happy or this can go all hell books loose or the brakes fucking fall off.
Uh-oh.
It even says.
Look, I'm worried, okay? Okay, I'm a Chicago/Indiana person. Okay, I'm right in Indiana.
You're mainly Indiana, so just take the one, dude.
Yeah, stay with your Pacers. Enough
I have
said.
a deck right above your head now. Is that it from being NBA?
No, because I
We're
wanted
about to get ready to switch to the WNBA.
Yeah, let's get to. Hold on, let's go to the WNBA because there's still.
Send me the article. I'm gonna see this. Send it to me.
I sent you already. Check Discord.
I'm checking it out.
Now the one I was talking about was Joker because the Joker was actually at the horse game and his horse was at the race and the horse won.
Cody. Time out, Cody.
Okay, I know we don't do horse things in here. Okay, give me a fucking break.
Yeah, I was about to say. We don't talk that much about racing.
That's
how much of a damn do you think we give about talking about horse racing here?
It's good for the Joker, but I mean, not really interesting for us.
Yeah, but without the Joker.
Yeah.
Fine.
First and foremost, let me go ahead and bring this up. First and foremost, the man who was stalking Caitlin Clark is on his way to prison.
Yep. Get fucked, dumbass.
Yeah.
What happened?
Hold on. A 55.
He's going to prison. He's definitely.
Yeah, let me explain. And meanwhile, I can hear somebody's TV loud and clear.
I have mine off.
A 55-year-old Texas man who told police he was in an imaginary relationship with.
What? Wait, whoa, stop.
Hold up, what?
Can you rewind that and replay that? Replay that.
A 55-year-old Texas man who told police he was in an imaginary relationship with WNBA star Caitlin Clark.
Absolutely no. Stop it right there. Stop. I don't want you to go on. Oh my god.
Ladies and gentlemen, we've officially broken
Let him talk.
the wall.
Oh, see?
Look at Albritton.
Hi, son.
Was sentenced to 2.5 years in prison.
Oh, good.
After pleading guilty to stalking and harassing the Indiana Fever Guard.
Wow.
Michael Lewis of Denton, Texas, reached a deal with Marion County prosecutors in which he pleaded guilty to one felony count of stalking and one misdemeanor count of harassment. He will get credit for time served at the Marion County Adult Detention Center since his arrest. Lewis was also ordered to stay away from Gambridge Fieldhouse, Hinkle Fieldhouse, Fever events, and Indiana Pacers organization events, as well as to have no contact with Clark, who was 23. He also would not be allowed internet access during his sentence. This resolution ensures that the defendant is held accountable for his threatening actions, the fear he instilled, and the disruption he caused. Marion County Prosecutor Ryan Mears said, according to WTHR Channel 13 in Indianapolis. He will now spend the next 2.5 years in the Department of Corrections, and the victim will be able to have peace of mind while focusing on what matters to her. The judge also recommended that Lewis, who said during Monday's courtroom proceedings that the end of the world was coming, get mental health treatment. You can't help
Fuck
yourself.
around, idiot.
You can't help yourself until you get help, the judge told Lewis. Oh, dear.
You
Well,
can't
then
make
that's what
this
we need to
shit
go
up.
on. Yeah, that's what we need to go on with this story. Let me go ahead and move
No,
on.
there really is no reason to keep going because this is just already disturbing. After you just said imaginary relationship with Caitlin Clark, everyone had their hands covering their faces.
You mean like how everyone? You mean like how everyone had their hands covered in their faces when you made that Cowboys fan joke about that shooting earlier?
Oh,
Technical difficulties.
Oh, no.
Zinger! Burn.
Damn.
Look, Jose. Just because you want to replicate that to the Carolina Hurricanes, don't mean you gotta accuse that on Cowboys fans.
Hey, man. That was a bird, but I'm going to have to give Jamal a time.
Okay, but here's my question: who is going to stop?
You knew that was coming. You knew that was coming the moment I saw that.
Yep. But nothing's going to stop me.
I ain't gonna stop you. I ain't gonna stop you. I'm gonna just dig the hole.
Let's get into the game. Let's get into the game, shall we?
All right, hold on.
Yes,
we got some more news. We got some more news. We got some more news. First and foremost, it only took her 23 minutes, but Skylar Diggins has recorded a triple double, in 3 quarters last night.
Oh wow!
Yeah. So here's the thing, because last night she had a triple double. Diggins made a pair of free throws in the final minute of the third period to give her 11 points to go with 12 rebounds and 11 assists in just 22 minutes and 51 seconds of action. Wow. That's the lowest minutes total ever in a WNBA triple-double. Diggins watched the entire fourth quarter from the bench as the Storm won 101-85 against the Suns after leading by as many as 32 points. And so, first of all, if you're a fan of the Connecticut Sun, we're sorry.
Wait, who?
If you're a
Connecticut Suns.
If you're a fan of the Connecticut Sun, you're a fan of the Connecticut Sun, we're sorry.
I'm not. That's 2 Suns that are very disappointing.
Yeah. Knowing you be having a ball.
Well, to be fair, at least one made the finals.
Yeah. Now, on to the games tonight. First and foremost, over at the Gateway Center, we got the Valkyries and the Dream. By the way, Brittany Griner is doing a great job in Atlanta. I know she played. Yeah, I know the Dream played against the Mercury last week, and the Mercury gave her a nice little tribute. And I guess she was appreciative, and then she beat them.
And then coming up tonight at the Care First Arena in Washington, D.C., we're starting Angel Reese tonight, and Chicago Sky takes on the Washington Mystics.
I'm sorry, but hold on, time out. I just want to hold on. I know, but I just want to point this out. If the Sky's gonna struggle without Reese, then now man tells you about this team.
No, Reese is back tonight because there was.
Yeah, I know that she'll be coming back tonight, but
his point is they're struggling without her. That is the point of what he's getting at.
Oh, the record! Yikes! 18 losses to the 7 wins. That's a yikes.
That's not even. That's taking it in general basis. They struggle without her because she's a good rebounder. She contributes in that way. She's not there. Hey, look here, buddy. She would beat you in a basketball game, so I don't want to hear shit.
Yeah, she would beat
She'll
us
have
all.
18
She would beat us
rebounds.
all.
Like, I don't need to touch the ball. She still won't score.
Well, this is the first my computer died live on the podcast.
That's why I always charge it. Duh.
Now, later on this evening over at the Crypto.com arena, I know, Jacob, you hate that name, but at the Crypto.com
Staples
arena.
Center. Say it. Say it. Say it. We're not gonna move on unless you say Staples Center, Carter. Say it.
In the Crypto.com arena.
We got the Aces and the Sparks. So, yeah, the Aces are not as dominant as what they used to be, but Asia Wilson is still balling out there.
Yeah.
And so she's still balling out there, playing against the Sparks. Sparks are looking to stay in the playoff hunt. Taking a quick look at the standings real quick. Minnesota is still head and shoulder ahead of everybody else. But the Sparks, hey, they're on a 5-game winning streak. So, and by the way, the reason why the Sky is at 7 and 18 is because they have lost 5 in a row.
Yeah, I get that.
So yeah, it's just not your year. I'm sorry, but
as I'm taking a look at the standings, as we're just about to hit the month of August, which means things are about to start picking up.
Yeah, hold on, Jacob. I already brought up that Minnesota is like heads and shoulders ahead of everybody in this league. They're like 4 games ahead of New York.
Yeah, So safe to say, unless you're Minnesota and Phoenix, Minnesota's got the 1 seed on lock.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's pretty much the name of the story. All right, then, gentlemen.
Yeah.
There's no need for us to dwell in the WNBA that much longer. So let's go ahead and head on out to the field.
And folks, we are
So what the fuck happened in football?
Wednesday. We're like 1 day away, or like 48 hours away until the Hall of Fame game.
Which means the NFL preseason is about to kick off.
Yeah. The NFL preseason gets underway on Thursday with the Hall of Fame game when we have the Chargers and the Lions. They're going to do battle.
The question is, I wonder if they're going to go throwback for the Hall of Fame game this Thursday night in Canton.
It'd be nice.
I
don't know. No.
Honestly, I'm going to say good luck, Matt. It probably will not count for anything.
There might be, I don't know if Ohio's. What's the word for Thursday in Ohio? Like, because I know Thursday it's gonna be cool, nice, crisp.
The temperature at Canton, Ohio, at Tom Benson Hall of Fame Stadium. That's a mouthful. It's gonna be 72 degrees. So
okay, so it's gonna be calm, cool, and collected. Honestly,
beautiful conditions. Like
I said, it's gonna be under cloudy skies. The sky's gonna be cloudy.
Okay, then.
So it should be very, very interesting. That should hold up. Now then, Man 99 has unveiled Man 26, or is it 25?
26.
26 has unveiled their 99 club.
Now,
hold
on. If only we could see what that looks like.
Well, I guess that's what's in a heartbeat.
I'd like to congratulate the class of 2026 99 overalls: Justin, Jamar, Lomar, Josh, Lane, Saquon, and Miles. Wait, only one defensive player made it? The best defensive player. You weren't even the best defensive player last year. Yeah, how do you only give one defensive player a 99 overall and it's not the reigning defensive player of the year? I mean, technically I'm a reigning defensive player of the year. Miles graded the highest and all of his ratings equaled out to a 99. Okay, PFF. Super Bowl win, Madden cover, 99 overall, coming off my most carries of my career. Oh God.
I am Lane.
Thanks, Lane. You think you can protect him from the Madden curse?
I am Lane.
I'm not repeating that because I don't want to piss off the Madden gods. I need to make some calls. Wait, did he just admit that the Madden curse is legit? Lamar, why have you been so quiet?
You guys actually care about that?
It's pretty cool. Nice ego boost. I play for Cleveland, so I'll take any win that I can get.
I'm over it. I've been to 99 so many times at this point that I could care less. It's like how I feel about MVPs.
I think he's just salty that he has the lowest strength at 63.
I have a 64.
I have 73.
Madden, why is my speed only 1 point higher than Miles's?
Because I'm a freak of nature.
Yeah, that. And plus he's freaking massive. I don't want to make him angry. This used to be a sacred club, but you've turned it into marketing eye candy.
No, it's, science and numbers and stuff you wouldn't understand.
You're right. I wouldn't understand football.
Damn.
Yeah, I think Connor said it best on that.
Lane Johnson, I am Lane.
I am Lane.
All right. It's so fucking deep. Anyways, I do want to say, that was interesting.
It's funny.
Yeah. Now, let me also go ahead and bring this up since we are here in the neighborhood. Did anybody see the Pittsburgh Steelers football uniform they're gonna have?
Oh my God!
Hold up, Carter. Oh yeah, we forgot to talk about that last week.
It was unveiled like the day after. Was it the day after?
Yeah, I'm getting it up. Hold on.
Get the eye bleach on standby.
Well, don't worry, Jose. I already got it.
The Pittsburgh Steelers have unveiled their throwback uniforms for the 2025 season, and oh my God, I think I just puked in my mouth. What in the Borussia Dortmund is going on here? These are some of the most hideous uniforms I've ever seen in my life. And that's coming from someone who really didn't think the Giants uniforms last year were all that bad. It's no wonder why they had to get Pat Fryermuth to model these jerseys. I love Pat, but there's a reason it's him in these pictures and not TJ Watt, DK Metcalf, Aaron Rodgers. And it's probably because they took one look at them and said, for the sake of my pride, I'll wear that on game day, but not a second longer. Speaking of Aaron Rodgers, I think the funniest part about these uniforms is that the Steelers are going to be wearing them in Week 8 against the Packers. So Rodgers is going to be trotting out there for his revenge game just wearing the goofiest uniform in the entire league. Imagine seeing your ex in public after a breakup, and she looks amazing. 10 out of 10, as hot as ever. And you're wearing a Teletubbies costume that you got at Goodwill that smells like piss and is covered in mustard stains and cigarette burns. Because that's how Rodgers is going to be feeling against the Packers in Week 8. Luckily, I don't think he actually has feelings, so it should be fine. The crazy thing is that the NFL overall is killing it with the throwbacks this year. The Buccaneers, the Falcons, the Seahawks, the Commanders, all killed it. And then you have the Steelers. Oh well, at least the helmet's cool.
Man, that's awful.
Yeah.
My eyes!
Get the eye bleach. Eye bleach. So I was trying to say is, out of all the teams decide to go down Ass Boulevard with their uniforms, it's the fucking Steelers.
I thought the Raiders would for them this round.
If we had to pick for worst,
let Jamal talk.
Let Jamal cook, please.
Let Jamal talk.
I don't want to ever hear you complain about the orange creamsicle ever again. Because the Steelers have the ugliest uniform of all time.
Honestly, I have nothing wrong with the Buccaneers alternate uniform.
I just want to point this out. After seeing the yellowest Teletubby I've ever seen under the sun, I'm done complaining about the creamsicles for a while.
At least people like the creamsicle. What the fuck is that Steelers uniform?
Oh God!
They could have taken the design from the Gotham City one.
Let me just point this out. I'm pretty sure once the fans of Steelers saw that, I'm pretty sure they're going, I put my fingers between my eyes. I push my fingers into my eyes. Because, good Lord.
What is it?
Jeez. I've seen it all, but, man, they just need to go back to the drawing board with that one.
No,
Hold on, Cody. Hold on. Like I said, just need to go back to the drum board. Those uniforms were just awful.
Now they are. They look like graffiti.
Yeah. Oh, jeez.
Really?
It looked like some, I don't know how to describe it, but some people went into the Steelers locker room and just vandalized the fucking outfits.
That's exactly what I thought too. Yeah.
Whoever does that, I will give you the recipe for good jambalaya and good red beans and rice.
Let me just move on. Now let me also bring this. We have a situation erupting over in Las Vegas. Okay. Yep. Now then, first and foremost, I'm going to go ahead and let Benchwarmer Brand tell one half of the story, and then I'll come back with the second half.
Why do we keep having problems with feet? What do you mean? We just had to release Christian Wilkins 1 year into a 4-year, $110 million deal because he didn't take care of his feet. True. A few years back, Antonio Brown nearly froze his feet off in a cryo chamber and never played a game for us. Oh, yeah. And if you want to get really technical, Henry Ruggs having a lead foot literally got someone killed. Morbid, but accurate. I'm tired of tolerating this toxic Tootsie-related turmoil. I gotta hire someone to fix this. Like a podiatrist? No, it's gotta be a football guy. How are you gonna find a football guy that has such an aptitude and passion for feet that he's willing to accept a job where he just gets to look at and touch them all day? Why did I even ask? Give me them feet. You're a weird guy, you know that? So you're gonna take your shoes off? Or... No.
Well, that's what happened.
There are so many questions.
Out of here.
There are so many questions with this. I need to know the full story. Carter, go. I need to hear this.
Please.
Everyone be quiet.
Now then, let me go ahead and explain the full story, the whole story, nothing but the story. Because this incident, there was an incident that happened. It wasn't the main reason why he was released, but here's the whole story. Christian Wilkins, who was released by the Raiders on Thursday, kissed a fellow player on the head, and the teammate took offense to that. The source told ESPN's Adam Schefter. The incident was not the sole reason Wilkins was cut, sources said. Wilkins has been recovering from a Jones fracture, which he suffered in his left foot last October. Because of how Wilkins had treated the rehab for his injury, the Raiders boarded the remaining $35.2 million of his guaranteed money left on his contract on June 4th, the sources have said. Hold on, Jose. Hold on for a second. Yeah, he was released with the designation of terminated vested veteran, sources told Schefter. I know I mispronounced his name. I apologize. Wilkins asked the NFL Players Association, we'll get to them in a minute, to file a grievance on his behalf. And the union did so on Thursday. Last week's incident happened inside a team meeting room. One source told ESPN that the interaction was playful, but the teammate didn't see it that way. It's not known what the fellow player did following the incident. Wow, okay then.
Yeah.
Complaint was filed to the Raiders Human Resources Department, which investigated the incident, sources told Schefter. I have no comment to make. We made a decision on what we're doing, and we're moving with it, Raiders coach Pete Carroll said Tuesday. We'll see how that unveils itself in time. Wow.
What? I'm feeling uncomfortable just by hearing this. Ugh.
Wow.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, go get me here. Come on in, Gerrick.
Gerrick, welcome in, buddy.
Yeah.
Where is it?
Wow.
There you go.
Yeah. I'm just. Well, how can I put this? What's going on in Las Vegas is just crazy. I mean, well, you know what? That's the best way I could put it. It's just a stumbling of words. They should be able to clean themselves. They got to get themselves cleaned up. Go ahead, Cody.
So, I know we're into the NFL preseason, but Jose, would you please? Wait a minute.
I don't know if I have it.
What am I hearing in my ear?
I have no idea.
Jesus. We got the injury demon, and he is pissed.
Oh God.
Ow. Huh? But it's still July. What do you mean? Cool. So I get to ruin a dude's day before the season even starts. It's July! I thought I wasn't on the Steelers anymore. Yeah, this is a lot of ex-Steelers players. This better not be a long trip or I'm gonna crash out. Nope, I learned my lesson last season. You're just here for a day because you cramped up a bit. What's going on? Look down at your toe. Look at my... Hey, yo! Luckily, it sounds like it might just be dislocated, but you're still gonna miss some time. They weren't kidding about the Jets being cursed, were they? Can I go hang out with Phils and George in the meantime? I don't know what to do with you because... no one knows what's going on with you, like... Are you okay? That's classified. I totally understand that it's a personal matter. I'm just saying, I just want to be sure that you're okay. Like I said, classified. Okay, Artie, you tore your ACL. Sorry about that. Oh no, I now have to recover on the beaches of Miami. What a shame. My shoulder's been
killing me. That's why I got the surgery. Yeah, you're not fooling anyone, but you did get the surgery, so you'll be here all season. I'm still rooting for camp. Don't get it twisted. Hey, can I leave yet? Shanahan said that there's no concrete timeline for you, so knowing him, you could be out of here tomorrow or in here until next year. Oh, he's taking the CMC approach? I hope to God not, because I do not need to experience that ever again.
Oh my God.
People getting injured!
Yeah, in July!
Why? Hold on, stop.
July!
Wow. So that's what it looked like down in hell, huh?
Jeez.
Why do you think I have them on speaker?
Gentlemen, hold on, gentlemen.
You look like a bad telemarketer, dude. But anyways.
Yeah, hold on, gentlemen.
Order.
Let me just point this out. That Justin Fields is learning the hard way.
Welcome to New Jersey.
Yeah, welcome to MetLife Stadium. We will eat your
No, it's more like midlife stadium. It's more like midlife stadium because whenever you go into MetLife Stadium, you're gonna have a midlife crisis. Now,
let me also bring this up. Hold on. Let me also bring this up, and I'm gonna try to move this along real quick because we only got Gerwick here for a short time. Let me bring this up. Evan was doing his prediction of what's going to happen in the upcoming NFL season.
He wasn't the only one, but I'll get to him I'll get to the other dude in a second when you get done.
Yeah. So
at least these predictions are accurate and better, like the ones I have on the NFL Network. We are looking at you, jackass.
Very easy. Now, like I said, he did his prediction. And I think he's going for. I hope I'm getting this right. He's going for Ravens and 49ers in the Super Bowl.
No, I think he said Ravens and Lions.
Thank you, Lions.
No.
Thank you.
Ravens, Lions.
No. Hold on, I'm jumping in. I do not see the Lions going to the Super Bowl.
That was his prediction.
Why? Is it because they came close last year?
But
again. I keep crying this out to the fucking heaven. I still feel like Dan Campbell's being over aggressive.
Breaking news.
Hold on.
Oh shit! Hold up.
What is it, Matt?
Trey Hendrickson is ending the holdout as he's back in the Bengals camp. The new deal might be reached.
Finally, the holdout's done.
Yeah. So hold on, gentlemen. Let me just point this out. When we got the Stewart, his first name's not coming to my head. Shamar Stewart got his deal done. Now Trey Hendrickson is getting his deal done. I guess Mike Brown is done being the butt of the NFL.
No more holdouts.
Hey, God,
Hold on. We ain't get no confirmation of the holdout actually being done. Trey has not been signed to a contract yet.
Right. We might get something from them because he's back in the training camp. Might, yes.
All right.
He still could end up getting traded, for all we know.
Ooh, that could be something.
He does. Cincinnati, Mike Brown will become the biggest wing wong of them all. Anyways, before we continue, you mind if I go off a little bit?
Sure.
Go ahead, Jacob.
So speaking of predictions, another TikToker / YouTuber by the guy named the Paper Football Guy, who I follow, decided to do his little thing, but what a difference. He decided to go down the NFL's preseason rankings and decided to give the team who's not going to have a chance in hell of making the playoffs free bandwagon boarding passes.
Okay.
And unfortunately, my Saints were in the bottom 5, so I had to get a bandwagon boarding pass. You know whose team I got flicked with on the boarding pass?
Is it Mike?
The Niners.
Wow. Well,
no, I don't like that. I hate that. Fuck the Niners.
Okay, easy.
Rant.
Hold on. I can actually explain this. The reason why I hate the Niners comes from family because my dad grew up as a Saints fan. He had to stew growing up with Joe Montana running over us in the NFC West. NFC West during the Joe Montana era, with us taking us to hell and back in the NFC during that time.
Well, Jacob, let me just
Hey, hold on. Since we're acknowledging that, hey, sucks to be a Saints fan because your team is the drizzling shit. At least you're undefeated in the Super Bowl. That's the best you got.
The only thing we got.
Fuck off! We should have won that.
I'm gonna say you might not be.
Hold on.
You got a Super Bowl. Fuck off.
Hold on, Hagen.
Uh-oh.
You stole 2 of those from us.
In your mouth.
Like I
You stole 2 from us. You asshole. So hold the fuck on. You stole 2 from us, you fucking bastard. That's why we had to take the 1 from Cleveland. The 2 that Cleveland could have had, we took from them because Indiana decided, let's jack the Colts. So with all due respect, eat a dick.
Indeed. Yeah, you can suck a fat one because you got 1 Super Bowl and we got 1 Super Bowl. Those 2 are Baltimore's.
The Colts have 2.
You can suck our dick.
The Colts have 2.
Yeah.
By the way.
Yeah.
Okay, can I get back to my point?
Hold on, because I think they won Super Bowl 3.
No. Wait, yeah, it was.
Yeah, it was Super Bowl 3 against the Cowboys. It was right after the AFL NFL merger.
It was the Jets, I think.
It was the Jets.
No,
yeah.
that was 2.
1970
no,
they won the Super Bowl.
Super Bowl 3 was
right,
Jets.
Right, that was 3.
Super Bowl 3 was Jets.
Yeah.
No, Super Bowl 5 was the Colts won the Super Bowl.
You know what? We're just gonna move on here. Give me my dummy sign. We're just gonna move on. Give me my dummy sign.
Now look it. I want to get back to my fucking point before we all just went down the hinges.
Well, hold on, Jose.
There you go.
Thank you.
Anyway.
Now, let me also bring this up. Isaiah Likely is going to miss some time after rolling his ankle, so he's going to miss a few weeks. All
right, let's check other football news quickly. Rashawn Slater got a contract extension with the Chargers. Good move. Concerns about Cowboys. Tyler Guyton has an ACL intact after MRI, so he's gonna be out.
Hold on. Speaking of the Cowboys, like I said, the situation between them and Micah Parsons is not getting any better.
Yikes!
Yeah, because there was a chance to pay him during the Cowboys some event they was doing with their fans, and the fans were yelling, "Pay Micah!" So. Jerry Jones, if I were you, I better open up my wallet and pay the man. That's all there is to it. Hold on. Yeah, hold on.
I'm gonna make this quickly as possible.
Yeah, let me also bring this up. Dolphins. Byron Matos has been released from the hospital.
Oh, good.
After an upper body injury. Also, Browns co-owner Jimmy Haslam has dismissed speculation that he is eyeing Texas quarterback Arch Manning
Jesus!
in the 2026.
No. How many quarterbacks do you need, Browns? What the hell?
Keep this in mind. Hold on. Keep this in mind, fellas. You got the 2 QBs in this year.
Hold on.
Time out, Jamal.
Does anyone pay attention to the word dismissed?
Dismissed.
As in diminishing the rumor.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good. Enough for the quarterback.
Did anyone? I'm about to say, because some of y'all were like, "Oh, they're trying to add another QB." That's the opposite of dismiss.
Interesting, right?
Well,
we're going to move on.
Hold on. We not done yet.
Oh.
Because I have a remark that I would like to say as far as the Ravens-Lions prediction is concerned.
Okay.
I'll see it when I believe it.
Yeah, because I don't see it.
And
I don't see it
also,
happening.
Ravens.
something that did happen yesterday.
If the Lions and Ravens did happen, Jamal, you could agree with me. You're gonna dog walk us.
Yeah, Isaiah likely is carted off a lower leg injury. We'll hear about it soon.
Yeah.
Deion Sanders revealed
And-
yesterday that he
With-
has beaten bladder cancer.
That's college football.
Yeah, that's off in college football, but we'll go ahead and bring that up. Deion Sanders revealed that he battled and he won over his bladder cancer. He had to get his bladder removed.
Well, to be fair, college
I'm
football
glad he's cured.
is coming up soon. So
yeah, so
hold on, he's a father of an NFL QB, so this technically is NFL news.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
it's nice to hear that that he is getting better. His cancer, he has beaten bladder cancer. So it's great news to hear.
Yep.
I mean, there is a lot of other news, like all the signings, a lot of payouts, but that when we have
too much.
Yeah, yeah. We're not ESPN. We're not ESPN. Cause we can hold on. We only got like 2 hours on the show.
The only other thing,
Told me.
the only other thing we're gonna cover is the Kenny Pickett injury. That's
Yeah.
really about it.
Yeah.
And then
And also
retirement-
another Titan saga.
Yeah, we're not even going to bring up what happened in New York. So we're just going to
Right.
leave that alone.
Yeah,
That's what CNN is there for. That's what CNN is there for. So we're just going to go ahead and move on. And I know we have on the menu that the NHL was next. I don't see anything going on that's newsworthy in the NHL.
Right.
yeah,
I
we'll
don't
just
think
brush
so.
that off.
Nothing.
And
Yeah,
since we do have Gurk in the house, at least for a little bit, let's
All
go
right.
ahead and go across the pond.
Connect that.
Next month is the Premier League. We're
I was
excited.
gonna say something about hockey because it involves Vancouver Canucks. I'll just bring this up.
Nah, nothing good. Is it something
They added,
short?
they added Patrick Kane and hired Foot as a coach.
Oh, nice.
Patrick Kane coming to Vancouver.
Interesting.
No, excuse me, Evander Kane. Evander Kane.
Okay then. Well, sorry to disappoint you, Cody. I think Gurk, the floor is yours.
All right, Hako. Now, let's go.
Rock.
So what we were talking about again?
Soccer.
We're in soccer.
Okay,
Oh,
so
you're first.
so the first thing I want to mention, congratulations to the English women's national team. The first back-to-back women's Euro champions since Germany back in 2017, beating Spain in a very thrilling final in penalty kicks and PK. So that was really
Hey, girl,
something.
surprisingly,
Yes, that.
say, girl, surprisingly, you're really calm. Is it because you're hiding your anger for something else?
Yep.
All right, here we go. And then I have
The Revolution
There you go.
lost to Montreal.
Oh, God.
The worst team in the league going into last weekend and going into the League Cup, and they fucked it up yet again. No! Fucking hell! Just look at that. One goal in the first 3 minutes, and then fuck all in the following 80 seconds.
Dang.
What? So, and whoever's playing that violin, I am gonna shove it up your intestinal line.
Oh God.
Jose, you're
Hey,
screwed.
Porter.
That was Matt, not me. Now I want to point
Why
something
do you
out.
make you think it's Jose, Cody?
Anyways.
Really wonder why I nominated them for 2 straight weeks as Dumbass of the Week. This
2
shit
blown
ain't
leads?
fucking happening. 2 straight weeks. Yeah, I don't care if that's recency bias. This team sucks. You can't
Well, hold on,
even
time
beat.
out. I'll go ahead and let Gurrick finish before I say something. Go ahead, Gurrick.
You can't even beat a team that is absolute trash, and Caleb Porter still has not been fired. And the thing is, it's not just his fault. It's not. It's the whole front office, from top to bottom, needs to be cleaned out yesterday. Never mind today. This entire thing is on the team president Brian Balelo. It is on the sporting director Kurt Onalfo. It is on the owner Robert Kraft, who for some reason still thinks it's getting worse. Who still thinks somehow he's the guy. And now the supporters, the Midnight Riders, are fucking pissed. And can you blame them? I can't. This is an absolute failure. And if Caleb Porter shows up to that charity event tomorrow night, I hope he brings a bulletproof vest. I really do, because he is a marked man.
Caleb,
Dude should have been fought.
Wait, girl.
We will do scratch.
Caleb, I dare you to start a fire Caleb chant, and I hope everyone.
Dude, we've already.
They already did.
They
already have.
They've done last two matches. They've had Fire Porter.
And there's something I want to bring it up as well for.
Hold on, Matt. I just want to bring this up. Sounds like Gurrick and the supporters of New England Revolution might have a little bit of this issue.
You are coping and seething. You just can't accept what you're seeing. Yes, you're coping and seething. The truth it is scalding, and now you are molding and coping so hard. Coping and seething.
Oh, damn.
Damn.
You are very lucky that the New England Patriots are on a rise, because otherwise, being a fan of a Robert Kraft-led team must be miserable as shit.
But hey, much like 3 Days Grace's famous song, "Misery Sure Does Love Company."
Well, look at it this way, fellas. It might have been worse. Imagine if the New England Revolution was won by the Boys Club.
Ow!
Oh!
No.
I just want to quickly bring up about Caleb Porter's record with other teams before New England. He was.
I gotta hear this.
He was 85-60 when he was in Portland, and then he went to Columbus and won the MLS Cup there with 53-46. With New England right now, he is 20-34.
Is this ineptitude?
He actually won a cup in Portland. And
honestly, yeah. Thank you for that.
But that is a huge asterisk, because he won it in 2020 when the season was shortened thanks to COVID.
Mm-hmm.
If it was a full season, they would not have made the playoffs, which was confirmed the next year when they didn't. When he was the head coach.
Hey, winning things during the COVID season. I wonder what team has that in common. Lakers.
Yeah.
Lakers.
Yeah.
We got one though.
Now, I do. Since we have enough time to talk about things that are not so, it's not sorry way, but it is sports related. Gorak, you brought this up a couple of days ago, but you saw a report that NBCSN is coming back.
It could be. They're thinking of bringing a brand new cable channel, probably to It's most likely probably to relieve the stress for the new NBA deal for the NBA coming back.
Yes. Why did they actually fucking take that NBCSN in the first place?
Because they were losing money.
Yeah, they were losing money, and there was a
power struggle.
And they just, they could, they had to cut their losses. So that's why. Why do you think the Premier League is on USA now?
Good point.
Hey, breaking news.
What's up?
Cable TV has been losing money for years.
Not surprised there.
Because streaming has taken over. Why do you think they're making the moves they've been making?
How's Pac-12 hanging with Apple TV? Oh, not surprised there.
Even though streaming has its own problems because everything is so expensive, like it is cable TV.
Yeah.
Wow, we didn't solve the problem at all.
No,
Nope.
Let me just bring this up because if you want Hulu Live Plus TV, you're paying like what $88 a month.
You know what I'm saying? I saw.
Hold on, Cody. So and if you go watch TV from YouTube TV, yeah, it's gonna cost you a pretty penny too. So all those that's cutting the cord.
Don't forget Sling, Fubo.
Sling has a good price of $45. That's cheap.
Well,
but they have a lot less.
But
Right.
But don't forget about the add-ons.
Yeah, I was gonna say, hold on. First and foremost, you just want Sling Basic. You have to choose either Sling Orange or Sling Blue. Now you want them both together, then it's $60 a month. Without the add-ons, it's $60 a month. You want them both. Now, like I said, I pay for Sling. That's just me. The bad side is you don't get your local channels. That's the downside. But that's beside the point, fellas. That is beside the point. Let's just move on to our meat and potatoes because there's a lot to talk about here.
All right, so I'm gonna head out.
Take care, Guru.
Good night.
All right, thanks for coming. Anyway, let's get to the show.
Yeah.
Yes, let's get to the show.
Let's get to the main event.
Yeah.
I do want to bring one thing up, and that is a little segmental series that I want to start here on the VWU Sports Podcast. It's not a week we want to be like from time to time.
Yeah.
It is VWU. Did you know? This is a
Okay, what did you know?
This is a segment series of what did you know about the history of a stadium? Or what?
In 1953, Major League Baseball banned this owner from changing the name of his stadium because of one rule. And instead of following it, he made one of the greatest marketing plays in sports history. Meet August Busch Jr. His claim to fame is that he turned Anheuser-Busch into the largest brewery in the world. Fast forward to the early 1950s, and the St. Louis Cardinals were financially struggling and at risk of being relocated. August Busch wasn't a baseball fan by any means, but he was a St. Louis native and he saw the team as a symbol of the city. So in 1953, he purchased the Cardinals to keep them in St. Louis. And this is where the story gets interesting. Busch wanted to rename his stadium Budweiser Stadium to promote his very popular beer. However, the MLB had an unwritten rule banning alcohol branding in stadium names. But that didn't stop August. Instead, he changed the stadium to his family name, Busch Stadium. Or so the MLB thought. Really, August was secretly creating a brand new drink called Busch Bavarian Beer, which would later just be called Busch. And the wildest part is, because there was no official ruling, the MLB couldn't do anything about the name. August also found the loophole of naming the beer after the stadium, not the other way around. Today, there's been 3 Busch stadiums in St. Louis since 1953, and the name has become bigger than the beer itself. So next time you see a Busch, just remember it only exists because Major League Baseball didn't want to name a stadium after a beer.
Legitimately? I did not know about that.
Nice.
Damn.
Now, gentlemen.
So yeah. If you're wondering why,
whoa! Let me also clean this up. Before I turn the floor over to Jose.
Yes.
We saw. I don't know when. Did anyone catch the Phillies Yankees game? Because that was a catch in which. Well, that was a tag in which you are not going.
I'm pulling it up. Jacob, go ahead.
Yeah, me and Brandon saw that. I'll say this much: JT Real Muto has a wingspan like an NBA player. That dude is
don't bother. Hold on, Jacob. Don't bother about putting it up, Jose, because I already got the video.
Hang on, Bellinger. And if that stands, that is a huge play for the Phillies.
Absolutely is. They're running out of time.
Reach of JT Real Muto is insane.
Yes. Now, I will say this: that really does deserve a.
Holy shit!
Yeah.
Thank you. You
What was
got it. You
that?
got the soundboard.
Holy
Thank you.
shit!
What the heck?
Now Kilimanjaro. Now,
Mm-hmm. Go ahead, Jose. Floor is yours.
all right. So I'm gonna say this now, straight up, Cody. Thank you, because I did not know about this. And honestly, let's just dive right into it, shall we?
Yeah.
Go.
Alrighty. Fuquay, I'm getting this from. I pulled up an article from WRAL News. So, a Fuquay Iranian man was arrested at his home he owns in Oak Island Wednesday night in connection to a deadly shooting of a locksmith. The name was the guy in question was Brian Grant. He was drafted in 2002 by the Toronto Blue Jays. Yeah. Oak Island police officers responded to a shots fired report on Wednesday around 6 p.m. at a home on NE 49th Street, I think in New England, 49th Street, where they found 61-year-old Randolph Stewart Jr. dead with gunshot wounds. According to police, Stewart, the owner of Stewart Enterprise Locksmith Service, was working at Grant's home when he was shot. Police body camera footage shows Grant telling officers that Stewart held a knife to his throat. Now, hold on a minute, because
Told me
everybody knows that in this bar right now knows that's bull.
You thought that was a false rumor. You didn't believe TMZ. I showed you fucking screenshots that this was brought up a lot.
I know, but I don't trust TMZ. Personal preference. All right.
Yeah.
I see what you're trying to say.
I don't trust TMZ at all. Yeah, I don't trust TMZ at all. But overall, I just want to say that you and I know this was bull. Okay, that this guy, this locksmith, held a knife up to his throat, so he had to shoot him. That you and I know that's bull, right? But don't worry, this was the most recent story of murder. Carter, I think I'm gonna hand over the floor to you as you'll take this one.
Says I can figure out what other murder is there. But let me go ahead and finish about the Brian Grant murder.
Yeah, go ahead. I'll tell you about the other one.
Yeah. It says that jail records show the 40-year-old is currently being held behind bars without bail. So I don't know what else to tell you, and I really do hope we don't talk about this again.
No, I hope we don't. But the other one I was hinting at was Dan Serafini.
Who?
Yeah. So
Who?
Dan Serafini.
Oh.
Ew.
Oh, what happened?
Here, I'll read this. Okay. Former Major League Baseball pitcher. Dan Serafini was found guilty of first-degree murder in a 2021 shooting that claimed the life of his father-in-law and left his mother-in-law injured.
Okay, stop, because we are not going to.
Let's leave it alone for now.
Yeah.
We are not going to dwell down into
Now, honestly, this just got cold. This just got cold, and I want to get out.
Just stop. Let me also bring this up because we do have some sad news to report. Cubs legend Ryan Sandberg has died.
Losing his battle to cancer. Yesterday, he was 65 years old, which sucks. More than anything else, he's a Cubs legend in on the north side of Chicago in the with the friendly confines, and everybody remembers the Sandberg game where he almost went a perfect 6 for 6. Would have been the first man to do so, and that first man to do so before Cal Ripken Jr. had his moment in the sun.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I also just bring this up because it was he announced back in January of last year that he had been diagnosed with, and this is gonna be hard for me to pronounce, metastatic
I got
prostate
this.
cancer.
And what is that type of cancer? Is it part of like stomach?
Metastatic prostate cancer.
Prostate cancer.
Metastatic prostate, yeah.
Yeah, he had chemotherapy and radiation treatments, and then said in August in 2024 that he was cancer free. But then he posted on Instagram on December the 10th that his cancer had returned and spread to other organs. He
Yeah,
announced
it's game
this
over
month.
there.
He announced this
That's
month he was
stage
still
4 right
fighting.
there.
Yeah, he announced that he was still fighting while looking forward to making the most of every day with my loving family and friends. Cubs chairman Tom Ricketts said Sandberg will be remembered as one of the all-time greats in nearly 150 years of this historic franchise. His dedication to and respect for the game, along with his unrelenting integrity, grit, hustle, and competitive fire were hallmarks of his career, Ricketts said in the team statement. The Cubs said that they will wear a special jersey patch to commemorate Sandberg for the rest of the season.
Which I
There's a
did
whole
see.
generation. Hold on. There's a whole generation of Cubs fans that adore Rhino. Cubs left fielder Ian Happ said after Chicago's 8-4 loss yesterday, you could feel it. You could feel it when he was around. I can't say enough what he meant to all of us, the fan base and the players. Wow. So, by the way, ESPN also went into detail about his career. Sandberg was born and raised in Spokane, Washington. He was selected out of high school by the Philadelphia Phillies in the 20th round of the 78 amateur draft. He made his MLB debut in 1981. He went 1 for 6 in 13 games with the Phillies. In '82, he was traded to Chicago with Larry Bowa for veteran infielder Ivan De Jesus. It turned out to be one of the most lopsided deals in baseball history. He hit 285 with 282 homers, 1,061 RBIs, and 344 steals in 15 years with the Cubs. He made 10 All-Star teams. He won the Home Run Derby in 1990, and he collected 9 Gold Gloves. So that is a career, ladies and gentlemen.
I think he deserves to go to the MLB Hall of Fame.
He's already in the Hall of Fame.
He already made it to the. He already made it to
What
Cooperstown.
year? What year second next year? Remember?
Let's scroll up a little bit.
Was it 2008?
I'm trying to find
really
it,
long time
but
ago.
I just want to point this out. It was.
Oh, got it.
What year was it?
2005.
He was close. He said 2008. He was close.
Yeah, 2005. When he received 76.2% of the vote by the Baseball Writers Association in his 3rd year on the ballot. So, what else can you say about the man? Because he is legendary. And you know what? I did see a couple of when I was on Facebook and they were discussing about Ryan Sandberg. One of the photos they had was Ryan walking into the pearly gates and Ernie Banks standing out there hugging him with his arms wide open. And then Harry Carey.
I saw that. That was cool.
Mm-hmm. No, his name like he's St. Peter.
And plus, I am a Cubs fan, so this does have a little bit of a hurt in my heart.
Mm-hmm. It's totally understandable.
And now, unfortunately, it did happen when the Cubs lost the fucking White Sox. Oh, wait, no, wait, that was White Sox. The Brewers. Our first game.
Well, I don't know.
Now, Jamal, I want to bring up a funny thing that does involve your Baltimore Orioles.
Whoa, hold on for a second. You guys a little bit. We got some more news. We do have some more news. First and foremost, Bryce Harper and excuse me, I clicked in the wrong story. Bryce Harper and Rob Manfred, they did not have a good meeting.
Yeah, he was pissed at Rob Manfred for even suggesting the idea of the MLB having a freaking salary cap.
Yeah. Philly star Bryce Harper. Yeah, hold on. Philly star Bryce Harper stood nose to nose with Rob Manfred during a meeting between the MLB commissioner and the team last week, telling him to get the bleep out of our clubhouse if Manfred wanted to talk about the potential implementation of a salary cap. Oof. The confrontation came in a meeting, one of the 30 that Manfred conducts annually in an effort to improve his relations with every team's players, that lasted more than an hour. Though Manfred never explicitly said the words salary cap, sources said that the discussion about the game's economic raised the ire of Harper, one of MLB's most influential players and a two-time NL MVP. Ahead of the expiration of the collective bargaining agreement between the MLB and the MLBPA on December the 1st, 2026, multiple owners have stumped for a salary cap in baseball, the only main men's North American sport without one. The MLBPA vehemently opposed the cap, which it argues serves more as a tool to increase franchise values than to lessen the game's large disparity between high and low spending teams. Okay, so we know where this is going. First and foremost, we know that MLB, there are some cheap owners in the MLB.
Looking at
Artie Moreno.
Artie Moreno's one. Looking at another former owner. Looking at a former owner as another.
Stu Steinberg.
Yeah.
Steinberg.
One more. Oh yeah, we forgot one more owner. But he tried to get his name out the list. John Fisher.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. You ain't leaving, buddy.
Hey Carter. There was something I do want to bring up, and I showed Jacob this 5 days ago recently. The St. Petersburg City Council officially terminates the stadium deal with the Tampa Bay Rays.
Where did you get this story from?
WFOA.
Yeah, from the actual local channel and the actual local channel
in Tampa, Florida.
In Tampa.
Franchise announced.
Oh.
You cannot get more official than local news.
Yeah, it's true.
Wow.
So
now what?
Quarter, the stadium, the Tropicana Field's cooked. It's cooked. It's fucked.
So what now? Or
yeah,
what not for Tampa Bay? What not for the Rays?
Yeah, Tropicana Field's done. They're not gonna fucking rebuild a new stadium.
Relocate? Question mark.
Yeah, but where? There's no other place where you can go.
Ain't Montreal playing up?
Okay, here we go.
If they get a new stadium for sure.
Okay, here we go. In an ending to a long journey involving the city of St. Pete, Pinellas County leaders, and the Tampa Bay Rays. It's an ending, After years of planning, the city of St. Petersburg said its final goodbyes to the Rays stadium plan. The new stadium plan they was planning to build before the Rays walked away from the deal. This was the deal, that's the deal which the news was talking about. This is the deal which the city killed. The deal in which the Rays walked away from. After years of planning, the city of St. Pete said its final goodbyes to the Rays stadium plans. Most people in St. Petersburg agree on one thing: they are ready to let go of the past and move the city of St. Petersburg forward. Wow. It's a bittersweet moment. It's a bittersweet moment for many. I feel disappointed, but I see why the city needed to do it. Cut those ties. For others, it's a relief. The way we look at it, the deal was bad. It always was bad. We aren't sad to see it go, said William Kilgore with the St. Pete Tenants Union. The stadium deal that we've all heard about time and time again over the last several years has finally come to an official end. The Rays ended the deal back in March after Hurricane Milton ripped the roof off Tropicana Field. And the city officially terminated the deal at city council meeting on Thursday. So that's the deal which they was talking about.
Yeah.
Over the years, there have been a lot of debate about whether the deal was good for the community or not. Kilgore said the original deal didn't benefit taxpayers, and he wants to see the Tropicana field used in other ways. That land needs to be put to good use, and put to use for working people, and put to use in terms of housing, not just new luxury condos that we see here in the Edge District, but housing that working people on any income can afford, said Kilgore. On the other hand, many business owners were excited for the deal as it promised more benefits for small businesses and develop in the St. Pete area. A big part of the deal included promises made to the people who were displaced from the historic gas plant district, including jobs and growth opportunity. So for now, the city is required to repair Tropicana Field so the Rays can play through 2028, and the roof is expected to be repaired by December. So the new stadium deal, which they have planned, like I said, that's done and dusted. That's done. So forget
So,
that. Forget
sorry.
that. They got to fix up their business on fixing Tropicana Field. So
Jamal left. Damn it. I was
yeah,
going to
they fix up Tropicana Field so that the Rays will be able to play in it and play in it through the remaining of the lease. So that was the discussion about it. So
Sorry about that.
yeah, so that was discussion about it. All right then. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, we got to check see here. Now then, we did see something that you don't see not too often. We had a trade in the middle of a doubleheader.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Yeah, and this is coming after game one of the doubleheader between the Orioles and the Blue Jays.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
After the Blue Jays decided to give after the Orioles decided to give the Blue Jays a shellacking at Camden Yards, they decided 16-4 was the final. They decided to trade with said Blue Jays before their game two matchup.
Mm-hmm. Yep. The Blue Jays acquired right-hander reliever Sir Anthony Dominguez from the Baltimore Orioles for right-handed pitching prospect Jerron Watts Brown. Dominguez didn't have to go far to join his new team as the two clubs are in the middle of a 4-game series in Baltimore. One that includes a doubleheader that will be completed later on this evening ahead of Wednesday's afternoon finale.
What a fucking gut punch.
Yeah. Dominguez has not pitched in the series, but was active for Tuesday's game 1 for Baltimore and will be active in game 2 for Toronto. Jeez.
Carter, you want to hear this?
Yeah, Dominguez.
Hey, everyone, do you want to hear this?
Hold on, Cody. To make room for Dominguez on their roster, the Blue Jays had designated righty reliever Chad Green for assignment. He gave up 4 runs on 2 homers in 1 inning of work in Tuesday's afternoon 16-4 loss to the O's. Dang.
Baltimore's continuing to put an ass beating lately.
Baltimore has scored.
But they're still in the bottom of the standings in the NL East.
That is weird.
Yeah. Baltimore has scored 27 runs in 2 games against the AL East leading Blue Jays this series. Dang.
I mean, anymore, that could definitely have the Yankees take that spot, but I don't know how many games.
The Yankees are behind by 5.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So it kind of helps a bit since
I'm
we're catching up.
Yeah.
What's wrong with your mic? What the fuck?
Now,
This mic is having issues.
Now, let me also bring this up
Sorry.
Yeah, let me go ahead and bring this up before I go to the scores. Twins have placed outfielder Byron Bergsten. Yeah, on a 10-day IL with a ribcage injury. So,
a rib injury.
Yeah. It's a left ribcage inflammation.
I want to scores. Jamal, your Orioles have
also hold on, Cody.
Hold on, Hagen.
Also, Athletics that plays Jacob Wilson on the IL with a fractured forearm. So that's gonna hurt. That's gonna leave a mark. Diamondbacks a little bit lead that Suarez, Ingenio Suarez.
Eugenio Suarez.
Yeah, he has.
Suarez.
Yeah, he had CT scan and MRI exam, and it revealed no fractures on the right index finger. So he's relieved. He was hit by a pitch during the ninth inning of Arizona's 5-1 loss to the Tigers last night.
Was it in the noggin?
Forearm.
Oh,
Forearm.
That's worse.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's ugly.
Now,
I hate to interrupt, but I'm going to do it anyway.
Yeah.
Wait, Jamal, I was gonna bring this up. What are your players from the Baltimore Orioles? Orioles Colton Cowser. Why in the hell was there a cow inside Kevin Yards?
I'm going to ignore that and just say something that's going to make a lot of people very, very uncomfortable if you're in the AL. I would just like to remind you that the Orioles were to win 10 games in a row. They would make the wild card. That is how bad the AL kind of is.
Mm-hmm.
The Orioles, if they win 10 games in a row, could still make the fucking wild card. The AL sucks.
Meanwhile,
The
the
entire
NL is
AL,
up to blood.
the entire AL East is in the playoffs. What happened? What happened to the rest of the teams?
That's crazy talk.
Yeah.
They straight up died.
Well, hold on, Jimmy. The Orioles are on a 4-game winning streak, so it's possible.
If
Anything
they
can
win,
happen.
if they win 14 games in a row, they could make the wild card. That is bad.
Mm-hmm.
Extremely bad.
Yeah, they would also need some help if they go on that 14-game winning streak. They always need some help for teams that are ahead of them to start falling. So, absolutely.
You're talking about Minnesota, Kansas City, obviously the Angels, Cleveland.
Yeah.
But
Seattle.
Yeah, they're definitely supposed to name them all. We know the standings. Definitely.
We got Seattle catching up in the wild card
definitely
spot.
supposed to name them all. Now, let me go ahead. Let's go ahead and hit the scores real quick this evening. First and foremost, like we brought up, the first game of the doubleheader in Baltimore saw the Orioles beat the Blue Jays 16-4. That was no mercy. Just simply, there was no mercy. The second game is already taking place, going on right now in the top of the fourth. Blue Jays have a 2-0 lead over Baltimore. The game's gonna head to the middle of the fourth now. Yeah, game's gonna go to the bottom. 2-0 Blue Jays.
Which I'm watching right now. Which, by the way, Carl, they did honor before the game a fallen police officer.
Hold.
Oh, they.
Now, also heading to the bottom of the third in Comerica Park, the Diamondbacks are leading the Tigers 2-0. Now, boy, I'm the first one to tell you, Colorado, you picked a bad time to come to Cleveland. The Guardians are leading the Rockies 5-0.
You thought that was bad? Baltimore gave
Wait.
Oh my God.
Now, heading up in the top of the second, the Rays are leading the Yankees 2-0 over at Yankee Stadium.
I mean, it just started, so
yeah, plenty of time.
Catch this game on TBS. Bottom of the second, the Dodgers are leading the Reds 2-0 in the bottom of the second.
Yep, and now here comes the games coming up. In fact, first pitch is coming up real soon for most of these games. Over at Twin Peaks at the at Target Field, the Minnesota Twins and the Boston Red Sox about to do battle in an interleague matchup.
Now, also going on over at Kauffman Stadium, we got the Braves and the Royals.
Yep. Also known as I just found out the K.
Yeah. Now, over at American Family Field, we have an NL Central showdown between the Cubs and the Brewers.
Yep. Yep. That's formerly known as Miller Park. I like that name. Then
And
rounding up the
and over at Wright Field, we got the Phillies and the White Sox.
I'm still calling it Comiskey Park.
Hey, are we gonna see an execution?
I know Jacob's still gonna call it Comiskey Park.
Fuck you, Ray. Fuck you, White Sox. Anyways, then at 7:45, the Miami Marlins are going to be making a trip to St. Louis to take on the Cardinals at I am contractually obligated Busch Stadium.
Now, over at the AC unit, Park, we got the Nationals and the Astros.
Name. Yeah, I know. All because Minute Maid didn't want to renew the contract. Assholes.
Well,
juice box. I'm so confident the juice box.
Well, to be fair, the last time I checked, I think Coca-Cola owns Minute Maid.
So basically, Coca-Cola didn't want to renew the contract. Bastards.
Yeah. Now, over at Angel Stadium, we have the Texas Rangers versus the Los Angeles Angels.
Anaheim. Fuck you, Moreno.
Someone needs to explain to me why the Astros are 4-6 while the Nationals are 6-4.
Last 10 games. Oh, jeez.
Ooh. What's going on here? What's going on here?
Giving her an ass beating.
Who knows? Honestly, it's called a midsummer slump. It's happened to everybody.
Yeah, we've seen too many of those midsummer slumps. Like as if everybody wants to play like the Colorado Rockies all of a sudden.
Yeah, keep doing those midsummer slumps, and you'll be getting slumped out of the playoffs.
Now then, we got a showdown: Brandon versus Matt. Mets versus Padres.
A massive
game. You got to remember.
What is it, Brandon?
The second game of this interleague series over at Petco Park. This will be on the MLB Network.
Where the Padres put the Mets to sleep in a tight one.
Right.
Yeah.
They're winning 5-1, and then Padres pulled a comeback.
Hold on, gentlemen. Let's also bring this up. Last night, Juan Soto made his return to San Diego.
Yay! I miss him.
Yeah. Well, hey,
Padres player, give him a hug.
Yeah, that's very, very nice.
It was.
Probably gonna beat the crap out of him, but okay.
Yeah. Over at Oracle Park, we got the Pirates and the Giants.
Giants are almost 500.
You know something? I just want to point this out.
I'm tired of the Pirates getting excuses.
Yeah.
You keep going first place and then they hit rock bottom eventually.
What you mean eventually? Pirates have been rock bottom for so long. Even Paul Skeets is not making the situation any better.
Again, how do you have this great pitcher and yet you are worse than the Orioles who have bad pitching?
Holy
What is the excuse?
Let's see.
Seriously, what is going on over there in Pittsburgh? Anyway,
you would think good pitching, a good pitcher like Paul Skeens would be a good solution, but apparently not.
Yeah, I think what's going on is easy simple, and you gotta look at the folks that's running this team, because this team can't hit, they can't field, they can't score.
Cleveland Browns of MLB.
What the hell? Hold on. What the hell's discipline? What the hell's plate discipline? You gonna have batters step up and swing at every pitch that comes across the plate? I mean, geez Louise. There's no wonder they're struggling like this. They're make sure you get the record straight. They're 45-62. So just sad. Over at Sutter Health Park.
Sutter Health, yeah.
Or as I say, stutter, or as I call it, Stutter Health.
Yeah, I hate Sacramento. We got the Mariners and the Athletics.
The Mariners and the that's it. I'm stuttering trying to say the word athletics.
I thought for a moment that Jose was choking.
Yeah. Hey, look. Hey, look, Jose would know what stuttering looks like. He is a Devils fan.
Oh!
Now,
Am I going to deny that? Nope.
No.
I am not.
I know it's crazy about when we come back next Tuesday.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Next week. Yeah, next week is the aftermath of the trade deadline.
No,
That's right.
Oh boy!
This weekend is when August 2nd hits, and you know what happens when MLB is gonna be debuting in a new stadium.
Yeah, that's like the Brickyard. Not Brickyard.
No, the racetrack thing.
Yeah, the Speedway Classic. Yeah.
Yeah, Speedway Classic.
Oh,
And
the
guess
base.
what? I showed Jacob this. MLB The Show is adding that game, added it into the game.
Yeah, they did.
Oh, they already did that.
They did it today.
So we're playing baseball on a raceway.
Yeah.
Yes.
The Bristol.
Yay! Yay! An actual exciting sport on a raceway instead of a left turn and another left turn and another left turn and another left turn and another left turn.
Cody's gonna heck of it.
I know racers are athletes. I get it, but I cannot get I can't get into racing. It just seems
I don't
kind
because I don't get into racing myself.
boring.
Nobody's interested in seeing you just sitting there just watching the cars go left again and again and again and again.
You know what's ironic? Ironic in racing, Bubba Wallace actually just recently won the Brickyard 400. Ironically,
I wonder how. I just about to say. I just wondering how the Cookie Monster handle the hosting.
Shut the fuck up!
He ate
This
cookies.
This is why we need to refund PBS.
Yes. Now, Jose, do you have the Bristol Motors the picture?
I am looking for a good. Yes, here it is. I found it.
Full screen.
That is way too
Or we could have Jose dress up as a Cookie Monster with a Devil's uniform.
No,
Oh!
We're gonna be dressing up.
Okay.
that's Cincy's and
Okay. Then.
Okay, I like it.
Not too shabby. All right then.
The most fly thing in Atlanta since, well, the one time they went to a Super Bowl. We ain't gonna tell nobody how that ended.
28-3.
28-3.
Yeah.
And Budweiser is joining along with the MLB and what they're doing this weekend because they're having the Bud Crew with alcohol.
There's the stadium. I mean, there's the speedway.
I like that. That looks so cool.
Anywho, that is.
So basically, what they did is that they just simply made a stadium inside the
pretty much
the pitch area.
The infield. In the infield
area. That's the pitch area.
Yeah,
that's a pitcher's area.
Mm-hmm.
Again, now people can actually see an exciting sport.
Jeez.
They said that in this right here, it's about to have 85,000 plus.
That is crazy talk.
Look,
Yeah.
if I want to watch people run races, guess what track and field is for? To watch people run races.
You can always watch those gladiator movies.
So I gotta stream it NXT, so I'll see you guys next week.
Okay.
But
time to bring out the cat.
Yes, indeed, it is time for some close-up shop. So with that in mind,
what did we learn on the show tonight, Greg?
What makes you think you're a
Put this up! What the hell?
Who put Maddie on the ones and twos?
Oh my God.
That is assuming a whole lot.
well, let's just put it this way, fellas. It was either that or this.
What did we learn on the show tonight, Greg?
Well, thanks for bringing it up, guys.
That makes it even worse.
Yeah,
Good job, Brandon.
Yeah, Anyway, ladies and wait a minute. I got a score update. That 2-0 lead Toronto had, that's gone. Baltimore just tied it up.
Oh my
In the
God.
top of the fifth. It's 2-2.
Leave it to the Orioles to suck for a majority of the season, but conveniently decide to play really good at random occasions.
Seems like it.
Yeah, meanwhile, midway through the fourth.
Sounds like the Ravens.
Yeah, midway through the fourth.
Hey, bandwagon Lions fan, I'm gonna need you to sit down.
Uh-oh.
Hey,
I'm already in pain, so you don't have to say anything else, okay?
Okay,
I'm already in pain.
easy.
So be
Also,
quiet.
Yeah,
I've been alive for 2 Super Bowls. You can't even say that yet.
Yeah, I know, I can't.
Now, also, I got another scoring update for you. Bottom of the fourth, and it's about to get real ugly in Cleveland. Guardians lead the Rockies 7-1.
I was about to say.
Well, time for Colorado to do what they usually do this season: bend over.
Jeez, got that one.
Die.
Poor Colorado.
Yeah. If you bend over, we'll give it to you.
Wait, no. They meant say poor Colorado? No.
Yeah,
They have. At least they have the Denver Broncos and the Nuggets. That's all you get.
And not to mention the Colorado Avalanche.
I mean, yeah.
How they? Oh, okay, yeah, they did good. I was just
Mhm,
curious
so-
how they do in that NHL season.
Yeah, well, they did go to the playoffs, but that's
Okay, yeah, that's good.
Now,
They
anyway,
did,
ladies
but
and gentlemen, we thank you so much for taking time out of your busy schedule joining us here this evening. First and foremost, if you like what you see, please subscribe to our channel.
I'll let you do it, Jose.
Yeah, like this. Well, you two go battle roll. Who's gonna ring the bell?
No, he's gonna cheat.
Oh, okay. Like
Me?
this-
Oh, no, why would I cheat?
Like this video, share this video. When you do subscribe to our channel, please hit the bell
Early, but okay.
Yeah, so that you will be informed whenever we stream. I would like to thank Jamal. I would like to thank Matt. I would like to thank Cody. I would like to thank Jeffrey, who joined us here earlier this evening. I'd like to thank Gerd. I'd like to thank everybody here for joining us here in the bar. Gentlemen, we're closing out the month of July, heading into the month of August with the NFL preseason coming. And not to mention college football coming up at the near the end of next month. So,
Ooh, my favorite.
yeah,
I do
let me
want to
just bring this
say
up.
I did learn something today.
What?
And it's simply that people have a lot of issues, and violence is never an answer.
True.
But it's usually a question.
You're not wrong.
Right.
And the answer is yes.
God damn it.
Yeah, I had a throw a curveball there. But most of the time.
Oh my God.
Well, let's finish this up. Jacob, you want to take us home?
Well, hold on.
Yes,
Hold
please.
on before Jacob does take us home, ladies and gentlemen. I take it to producer Jose Blanco, everybody.
I'm not sorry.
But
Well, I am sorry, but even though I am not most of the time.
Now let me also go ahead and get through that. Well, at least I forgot what I was trying to say. Oh yeah, I remember what I was trying to say now. Texas State in college football news, they're going to the Pac-12 next football season, and La Tech is going back to the Sun Belt.
Yeah, a lot of big movements in the college football world. So, and honestly, I will say this: La Tech going to the Sun Belt, it kind of makes a lot of sense. Honestly,
Yeah, true.
It does.
I think that that they could continue on their rivalry with Southern Mississippi, and not to mention the other Louisiana schools.
LSU.
ULM, Louisiana. It makes a lot of sense.
And not to mention Louisiana Lafayette. LSU.
No. Carter. They
Yeah.
changed it. It's no longer Louisiana Lafayette. It's now Louisiana University.
You sure? Because I could. Dang.
They used to be Louisiana Lafayette, but they changed it to Louisiana University, believe it or not.
Can we just stick it to Louisiana Lafayette just for Curtis' sake?
Fair enough. Keyword continuity. I accept it.
Cool.
Let me check this out. Okay.
You'll see what I mean. You'll see what I mean. You'll see what I mean, and you'll understand it. It helps.
Okay. So now I see. The official name is the University of Louisiana at Lafayette.
Yeah.
Now it's just the University of Louisiana. Okay.
Yeah.
Proceed.
Now you see what we mean. All right. So shall we close the shop tonight?
Yes, let's do it.
All right, let's do this. Let's go home. Safe to say, episode 185 wasn't crazy, but it was just the right amount. And what a way to end the month of July. Yes, the month of July fireworks has finally ended, but safe to say the heat is just about to crank up because we're about to get into the month of August. That means this is the hottest month of the year. But that's a good thing in the sports world because Major League Baseball is about to kick into the true dog days of summer, and that means we're about to get some real good stuff because we're in the second act of the season, which means teams are about to start getting ready for their playoff pushes. And trust me when I say this, it's going to get a lot of fun. And it's a lot of fun. We're going to find out who's going to be dancing to the Fall Classic and who's going to be getting ready to, go golfing. But also the month of August, the countdown is on, boys. You can feel the gridiron getting ready because football season is coming up for both college and the NFL.
Yes.
Which means the madness is about to really begin. And trust me, August 30th can't get any closer for a lot of us. College football is about to kick off. The tradition continues.
Yeah, college football rules.
Yes, indeed.
Together.
And yes, and this Thursday, the NFL preseason will kick off with its annual tradition of the Hall of Fame game at Tom Benson Stadium in Canton, Ohio, just a stone's throw away from the National Football Hall of Fame, where we will honor the legends who have donned the golden jacket, and we will see Detroit Lions and Matt's Los Angeles Chargers go head-to-head to kick off the 2025 NFL preseason. So trust me when I say this, the sports world is kicking up into another gear.
We're going to focus on how the players are doing.
We are now just 15 episodes away. The countdown is on to episode 200.
It's crazy how we just decided to do this for 200 episodes.
We are 15 episodes away.
And we haven't hit our peak yet, and we're still having a lot of fun doing it.
It's just four dipshits doing a podcast together about sports. Why not?
Yeah, and we treat it like a bar because it's made by fans, for fans, and it's for a subject of fans. And if you like what you saw this episode, then please do us all a favor. Like this video and share it across all social media platforms. That being, of course, Facebook, Twitter, and Blue Sky. We don't touch Instagram and TikTok for a couple reasons. One, Instagram is too toxic, even for us, and TikTok is TikTok. And if you want to, and also, if you like what you saw from episode 185, then please do us all a favor and subscribe to the VWU Sports Podcast channel. It'll do us a lot of love if you can do that. And if you want to be notified when we go live on the airways with the podcast, which is every Tuesday, 6 Eastern, 3 Pacific on our YouTube channel, then please do us all a favor and hit the bell.
If I'm out going to do it, okay.
Oh, okay. You're good.
Yes, and you'll be notified when we go live on the airways. But until then, we need to go get rested up because we got to get ready for the preseason and the insanity that is Major League Baseball. So until then, for my boys, Matt, Cody, Gurak, and Jamal, from our executive producer, Jose, and for my boys, Carter and Brandon, this is JB. We are signing off. We will see you guys in the month of August for episode 186 of the VWU Sports Podcast. So until then, y'all stay safe, y'all stay cool, and have yourselves a good night, everybody!
Surprised y'all never saw my PS2.
Put that away!
Got you!